Dr. Lim here. Over the year, during gynotherapy, there is always a question on how to carry out weight management, how to diet and etc. Today, we shall discuss this. Many members, especially ladies, always complain they do not eat much, but the body weight keeps increasing and become chubby. I have seen one extreme case. She only took chocolate and tomato on a very strict diet, but the body remained overweight. She wished to know why. She's not eating much, but why the body is overweight. Of this, we must know why the body become obese. There are two main reasons for that. The first is due to overeating, which most of us already know. The second reason is due to weakness in metabolism, which is very few people know it, okay? And we shall cover it here shortly. Many people think that we should take 3 meals a day to maintain good health and good energy. But our body digestive system is at the strongest activities from 11 o'clock to 1 p.m. Okay, strongly suggests that 1 meal per day is sufficient for the body. Many people never control their meals and eat throughout the days. In the morning, they take breakfast, then tea break, then lunch, then afternoon tea, dinner, and before sleep, go for supper. We have explained in our past video, when you eat too much, you are stressing your liver and pancreas that lead to many chronic diseases and depression. Yes, you do not get me wrong. The more you eat, the more depressed you are. During the meeting in Australia, many members complain about obesity. Then I explained my experiences in Australia to them. When I first arrived in Australia, I ordered a meal for my wife, my assistant, and myself. The meals were too big, we could not finish it. The second time, we ordered 2 meals and shared by 3 people. We still could not finish it. The third time, we ordered only 1 meal and 3 people sharing it. Could you believe it? We could not finish the meal. Eating so much for every meal for sure will land your health in trouble. After meeting in Australia, one member from Greek heritage brought me for a Greek restaurant. The dinner started with a huge plate, looked like a boat. We have veggie, meat, fish, sauces, and wow. After eating, I thanked the member for the dinner. And he said, "What dinner? This is just an appetizer." Then the real dinner came. It's served with a whole lamb leg, and a whole fish so big. I never forget the dinner. And remind the member, if you continue to eat like this you will end up with a lot of problems. The question now is how to cut down the amount of food, and yet we do not feel hungry or discomfort. There are a few ways we can be on diet and not feel uncomfortable and hungry all the time. There is one habit that is important, which is to eat the food slowly. Chew it well before you swallow it down. Chewing the food and tasting it well gives you the satisfaction of eating. Also, the stomach needs 5 to 10 minutes to communicate well with the brain to give you the sense of fullness. If you eat too quickly, by the time you feel full, it is already too late. And that is supposed to be the feeling 5 minutes ago. Can you imagine how much extra food you eat during these past 5 minutes if you eat quickly? So, eating the food slowly is a first step to manage your food. Next is taking big meal a day, 1 big meal a day, and small meals other times. The time of big meals, preferably around 10:30 to 1 p.m. Many people support the theory that you should have a heavy breakfast, then that gives you enough energy for the day. That depends when you take your breakfast. If it's too early in the morning, by the time your stomach system is not yet activated, large intake of food can spoil your stomach system. So the best practice is when in the early morning, taking only liquid meals for easy digestion, then go for a big meal around 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then later part of the day, take only liquid meals like congee or porridge. This is a good way to be on diet, as intake of liquid meals prevent the hunger feeling. When you get used to that type of lifestyle, you never feel hunger and stomach problem. Try to cut down your food suddenly, to go on diet is not a good move. When you cut down your food, you send a wrong message to your brain. Food is not sufficient. That will make you feel even more hungry. After the diet program, normally when you receive eating, the sense of hunger is great and you will unwittingly consume more food. At the end, your body bloated up and become more obese before your diet. The right way to start your dieting with slow eating, then in itself can cut down the food intake naturally. Then goes for one big meal and two small meal approaches, using liquid meals to replace the solid meals. At the same time, high fiber food like mushroom, wild vegetables, seaweeds, and etc. should be put into your diet. That give you the fullness of eating less a lot of calories. During this COVID period, DXN started to promote the hanging garden at home and selling the mushroom logs so that you can get fresh mushroom at home, wild veggie logs, and you can get wild veggie gardens. So also seaweed for the food program. This is started in Malaysia and we shall promote it throughout the world. The other known reason for obesity is due to weakness in metabolism. When your body digests the food, you get sugar for energy and other nutrients like protein, etc. to build up the body. So when the food is more, then the surplus sugar and the nutrient will be combined for fat and stored in the body. When the metabolism or digestion is weak, this process is short-circuited. Before your body uses up the required amount of sugar and nutrient, they are prematurely stored as fat. The main reason why such short-circuit in fat metabolism happen in the body, when the body is weak and the metabolistic process become weak too. The food is not burned effectively to give us good energy, but rather left over as bile acid in the body. You need organic acid like citric acid or acetic acid to complete the burning in a circle known as citric acid cycle. In a citric acid cycle, it is here that occurs for breakdown products of the cell's major building blocks like sugar, fatty acids, amino acid, etc. and oxidize to carbon dioxide. It means the full burnout of these food elements need bile acid. Nowadays, many people do not take in much bile acid foods like vinegars, sour tomatoes, tamarind, citrus, and etc. And due to misunderstanding of taking alkaline food, and they mistaken all this bile acid as non-alkaline food. This is exactly opposite to their knowledge. All these bile acid foods like vinegars, tamarind, sour tomato, citrus, and lemon are alkaline foods. And they can burn down the food completely and remove the metabolistic acidic waste. Then turn your body alkaline actually. When you're in Southeast Asia, here many people are used to taking sour food and sour soup. Obesity is not a problem until they turn into another eating habit full of meat without acids. Some countries they also take fermented sour food, like the injera in Ethiopia, which is a flat bread that is very sour, and you can see the people there are quite slim. When you are lacking a bile acid, your body will combine the surplus acid in your body and fat and keep it aside. That directly resulted in obesity. So for the lady who takes chocolate only for diet during the lunchtime, there is no acid intake at all. This resulted in obesity in her. Not only that, due to burning of food is not complete, she always complained about lack of vitality and lack of energy. Other than lack of energy, such obese people also lack of strength. They mean they cannot lift a heavy thing or go for long exercise. So when a person is obese, lack of energy and lack of strength, you are very sure he or she suffer from lack of bile acid. Taking organic vinegar regularly is good for health. DXN has produced moringa, cordyceps, vinegar, and etc., which are full of bioacid and very good for health. That's all for today. See you then. Bye bye.